Welcome to another episode of Dolphin Origin Stories, where we discuss the origin stories of how students, staff, faculty, alumni, and so much more became dolphins. I'm your host, Nick Durst, and I'm joined today by a very special guest, Mr. President Adrian Rosales. Adrian, welcome to the show. You are the student government president. We're recording this right now towards the end of the semester, so getting a little nostalgic here, looking back.
Definitely.
How do you feel your term as president has been?
Well, it's a pleasure to be on the podcast, Nick, and really you're right, it's starting to feel nostalgic, really reflecting on the great things we've done, not just this year, but my 4 years here. I think this year specifically, I really grew into the role and I got a grasp of the understanding of what it really takes to be an effective student government president, because I think, anyone can get the position and really do nothing with it, but in order to actually make impact, make change on campus, you really got to be invested and understand the different people that you really should know how to work things, purchasing orders, the timeline with, deadlines and all that. So bringing this all together, I think we've done some great things this year. I think one of the biggest things I'm proud of is the election turnout that we had just the past couple weeks, where we had almost 10% of the student body vote in next year's student government elections, which is the highest number in the last 10 years on campus. I think that overall speaks to the greater impact that we've had this year as a student government and getting our voice and our name out there, our presence with all the events that we've done, and getting people aware of our mission and getting them inspired to want to be part of that as well. So really super excited and happy about that, and I'm really looking forward to the next administration, and for years to come I'm sure they're going to do great things. I'm really going to miss the role. We've done some really great events. I love it. I think you can see
you've done a great job. We speak glowingly about it. Everyone speaks glowingly about you, so we appreciate what you've done for the school. I know that the students do as well, so we'll get into some more student government stuff later, but let's turn the clock back to your high school.
Okay.
When you're going through the application process for college, right? So I know you got into a lot of different colleges, some great schools. You can mention them if you want, but what ultimately made you choose the College of Staten Island?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's the golden question, And I try to tell as many high schoolers that I get in touch with as possible to really take CSI seriously, because we have some great resources from the faculty and staff in terms of research, internship opportunities. A lot of these professors are coming from great universities who have esteemed degrees and have done great research internationally. They're always willing to take on students to, nurture them and give them the opportunity to get the hands-on learning experience. So I think that's something that's really special about this place. I did get into some great schools, Cornell, NYU, Rutgers Honors College, to name a few. And ultimately CSI was the best decision for me, and I say that because again, the resources from the faculty and staff, but also being able to experiment with different majors. I think
right,
CSI,
you started off, you're in your third major, right?
Yeah, so I applied as a chemistry major, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. I loved it in high school, and I was aware that CSI was good in several departments. So if that didn't work out for me, I was confident that I would be okay with switching my major to something else and still being able to succeed, because we have strong academic programs. So that's what ended up happening. I switched from chemistry to business management, completely different side of the house. But I ultimately ended up with finance. And again, from both ends, STEM versus business and other departments, there's some great things going on this campus. And if I were to go anywhere else, I'd be one of many students, and perhaps I'd only be, part of a special program. Then maybe if I decided to switch the major, I'm kind of stuck in something that really doesn't have that much support. So being able to experiment here and really get my feet wet ground, footing, and then deciding on what I want to do and just running with that. I think CSI has done a great job at that. Not to mention Macaulay Honors. That's been a great,
Right, so what was your decision there to join Macaulay?
Yeah, a lot of people look at the free tuition, but the biggest thing for me was the priority registration and the personal advisement. That has been such a game changer for me in terms of getting that, the right insights on how to navigate college, and maybe, steering me in the right direction of where I should go or what I should try out, maybe take this class and experiment. That's actually how I picked up my information systems double major. Anita Romano from one of our program managers, she suggested, it's good to future-proof yourself. So why not take a coding class, experiment with it? And I had no background in coding. I was like, what am I doing here? But you know what, I tried it out, and I was like, you know what? After taking the course, I actually really enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what, let's do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the courses overlapped, so it made it easy to double major. And I think students should make a note of that. Take advantage of it, because you might not even be aware, but a lot of the courses overlap. So
right, and that's credit to your advisor or advisors here, because like you said, another school, a bigger school, maybe that school you mentioned in Manhattan, you get lost in the shuffle. You're just one of thousands. Here, more personalized program.
Definitely, I feel like I know so many people, they know who I am, and they're always willing to help, and they care about my journey. So that's something that I truly value, and I try to convey that to high schoolers coming in and prospective students looking at CSI.
So talk to us about some of the great internships you were able to do while being here as a student.
So after making the switch to finance, well, actually, what convinced me to switch to finance was a fall semester internship in fall of 2022, actually.
22, okay.
22. That's when the World Cup was happening. That's how I remember. Fall of 2022, I interned at UBS in private wealth management, and this was my first exposure into going into Manhattan, into an office building, and really seeing what it's like, in the actual industry, and being, sitting next to people who, suit and tie, they're doing their job. It's, it was really inspiring and motivating. And without that experience, I don't think I would have changed the major to finance, because that showed me what the degree applies to in the real world, what I'm working towards.
Right.
So it showed me, you know what, this is what this degree or this major will get me to. I want to be a part of that. Let me make the switch and just take off from there. So that was really pivotal. So
trial and error, that's what the internships are about. So get as many as you can.
So important. Then after that, summer of 2023, I was able to intern at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey in aviation capital projects. So I was working with a team that assessed grants and federal funding to improve infrastructure at airports such as JFK, Newark, LaGuardia. And every time I go to JFK, I still see the construction. I always tell my parents, oh, I worked on that. I remember working on those deals. So be able to tangibly impact the broader community, New York City, millions of people travel through those airports every day. So to be able to have my little fingerprints on that in some capacity was truly inspiring. And then after that, this past summer, I spent time as an asset finance and securitization summer analyst at BNP Paribas, which is a French multinational investment bank that was in Midtown Manhattan. And I was able to work on deals in Latin America for project finance. So we're talking financing solar panel farms, windmill energy plants, different kind of renewable energy projects in Latin America to take advantage of the strategic, kind of beneficial geography that they have to produce energy and then make money off of that for different companies. So all of that is giving me such a breadth of experience, seeing things from...
And you'd be able to travel around through the school as well, right? Go to other countries.
That's right. So through Macaulay's funding and a program that used to be at CSI, actually, I was able to study abroad in Sevilla, Spain this past January. And it was such an amazing experience. I can't... If you get me to talk about it, I will not stop, because it was such a transformational experience. Study abroad wasn't something that was on my radar in the beginning, but once I, did all these internships and got settled into college and really checked off almost all the boxes, I was like, I think I have time to fit this in. Senior year, winter semester,
break,
there's nothing really much going on. Why don't I go and take advantage of this opportunity? So I was able to go with actually several other CSI students in a cohort of a grand total of 22 students, I believe. We spent 4 weeks in Spain, and it was, I stayed with the host family.
Oh, nice. How was that?
That was really cool. A lot of people were like, I don't know about that, be wary of that, but no, I loved it. I loved my host mom. She was great. She cooked great food. She was super sweet, super nice, and I think, one of the main goals was to get that cultural immersion. What better way to do that than actually living with a Spanish family or a Spanish household, So that was really special, truly unique, and the food, the culture, the architecture, the places I was able to go on weekends, and really just sharing that with friends was something I won't ever forget. It was amazing.
For sure, a life-changing experience, definitely.
Yeah.
So you're involved here on campus in a lot. We talked about student government. So first, you could tell us, number one, how you originally decided to get involved with that. Number two, we could talk about all the other clubs you're involved in. So the finance club, which you founded, so talk to us about that. The Spanish club, which you are a key cog in as well. And of course, your favorite, football intramurals.
That's right. So we'll start with student government. I got involved after there was an event going on campus in my sophomore year, and I bumped into a fellow Macaulay student, Samantha Sammy, who actually graduated last year, and she started telling me about the mission of student government and why she's involved. And I thought, oh, there's another Macaulay person on student government. Let me really take this into consideration and learn more. So we talked about it, and I started to understand what it was all about and their mission and impact. And I've always been one to be involved and be a part of these roles, whatever school I was a part of. So to do that from a college point of view, that really got me intrigued. So I decided to throw my name in the hat and go for a senator position in my junior year, which thank God I was elected. And I started off as the finance commissioner. So I spent a year really looking at all the outside proposals that were over $250 to approve. It goes through, the finance commission, student government, the association, and really learning the bureaucracy of how these things get approved and what it takes to get things done on campus. I think that was a great, it gave me the foundation. It really gave me the foundation in order to become president and really succeed in this role. So I credit that first conversation to actually getting on to student government. And then when we talk about the finance club, that's something that I thought of in my sophomore year as well, and decided to implement at the end of sophomore year. Junior year is where we really hit it off. Went hard with the recruiting, talked to professors, sent it in group chats, really got my friends involved. And really quickly we were able to cultivate a connected cohort, a community of students who are interested in business and finance. And you don't need to be a finance major to be a part of it. You can be a computer science major. You can be a nurse. We have some nursing students actually in the club. So it spans across all of campus. Doesn't matter what major, as long as you're interested.
And you set up some awesome trips.
Yeah, some of the trips, that's one of the best, most memorable parts of running this club. We've been to places such as JP Morgan, we've been to Deutsche Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, TPI Cap, which is a brokerage firm. Bloomberg as well. I mean, some of these places,
And should we give John Caceres and the Career Center a shout out?
Shout out to John for the JP Morgan. Without him, we wouldn't have been there. 2 years in a row, and really hearing from CSI panelists, he's done all the work to really get that set up. So without John's help, that would not be possible. So definitely shout out John. Those trips are truly impactful to our students, and getting to see what it looks like from that end is so inspirational. And so many of the students left saying, oh my gosh, I really want to be here. I want to work for this. I want to get that internship. How can I get, what are the next steps? What does it take for me to actually get there? So a lot of people are coffee chatting and doing follow-ups with the people that we met initially, which is great. That's exactly what you should be doing. So really seeing this impact and getting everyone energized and ready to, take something like that on. It's been one of the best things of the whole club. So I truly love it. And then Spanish club, I'm the vice president of it. And that's been such a impactful, group on campus where I'll shout out Lisbeth Rodriguez for captaining the ship and really cultivating that same community, of Hispanic students on campus. We are a Hispanic serving institution, and
Somos CSI.
Yeah, Somos CSI, that's right. And 2 years ago, we didn't have a group really set in stone. I believe it was previously in establishment, but lack of succession and COVID and all that messes it up. So starting it up again, really.
Great foundation now. Now, you have a sister who goes here.
Yes.
Is she going to be taking over the Spanish club next year?
We'll see. We're going to have elections soon, so we'll see what happens. But we've done things like the Hispanic Leadership Conference, where we invited high school students to hear our stories and how to navigate college and what's out there for them to pursue, and how we went about that, and how we can mitigate those kind of obstacles for them so that they don't have to go through these things themselves. We did the Valentine's Day Ball, which was a blast. That was such a great event. We held it in the Green Dolphin Lounge, and we had over 50 students attend.
Wow.
nighttime too. It was a 7 o'clock event on a Thursday, I believe. So really happy about that. It was great. It was super intimate. We had lots of pictures.
The parade you guys had in the fall was pretty cool too.
We set up different flags on campus, and we had a whole walkout and celebrating everyone's culture. You know, just because you're Hispanic doesn't mean we're all the same. We all have unique little silos. So to celebrate our own individual countries, where we come from, it's super special, and it cultivates again that community on campus of the sense of belonging and that you're valued. So truly love the mission, truly love the impact that we've had, and last but not least, flag football.
How many times did you win the intramural championship?
4 times.
4-time champ.
4 times, yes.
And you played quarterback, right?
Yes, I'm the quarterback of the Orioles. That's our team. Started playing in the spring of 2022. We won that championship, and since then we've won several more, 3 more after that. And I mean, I love football. I'm a big supporter of sports. Yeah. And I always knew that I wanted to be able to play football in whatever capacity that was in college. Obviously, intramurals is nothing to, playing at, let's say, a Big Ten or SEC school for actual, college football. But, it still means a lot to be able to play.
It means a lot. Sal Cruz does a great job organizing.
Yes, Sal does a great job at really getting the engagement, getting students to show up and organizing the tournaments all the time. And he's been great this whole time. So credit to Sal, and it's been so much fun. And to be winning those championships with the same crew, I love it. Truly love it. I'm gonna miss it.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the future here for you, right? You're still a student. You already have your job lined up.
Yes.
You're gonna graduate next day, right to work. So talk to everybody about how that came to be for you.
Sure. So post-graduation, I'll be working at Barclays Investment Bank in credit structuring, covering Latin America. And I think that's gonna be really special as I'm a Guatemalan student. Really working on deals that impact our region is so special to me. So that really came about after a long, extensive interview process that goes back to, I believe, the end of September, where since then I had 4 interviews, plus an online assessment, plus an online pre-recorded interview. So if you take that all into consideration, it's really 6, if you want to think about it like that. I got the call, actually, I was out in Spain. It was like 10 p.m. at night, I was walking the streets, and I get a call from a US number, and I see that there's call history behind it, so I was, who is this number? Should I really pick this up right now? I mean, it might charge me, but I don't know. So I checked the phone history and I see the last time this number called me, which was when I last spoke with Barclays. So I was like, I should pick it up. And that's when my manager called me and he said, congratulations, we're excited to extend you an offer and really excited to bring you onto the team. And that was, who can say that they received their offer while in Spain? I don't know. That's just so special, I think. So
you always remember that.
Oh yeah, that day was really special. So I'm really happy about that. That's really how it came to be. It was a long process, but it all worked out.
Well, congratulations to you there. Last thing, Adrian, anybody considering coming here as a student, tell them why this is the place for them.
This is the place to be. Again, if I were to go to any other school, I would be one of many other students. Having that face time with important people on campus, whether it's top faculty, the staff, the administration, or getting that chance to do research or apply for that internship or participate in career fairs, let's say, on campus, it's so invaluable because the only way to get ahead really is to be involved from the beginning. CSI does a great job at giving you the avenues to be able to take on those leadership positions and any other opportunities that will help you, whether that's, academic, professional, career, or even just things like fun, cultural events, things like that. Employers love that as well. So, and again, there's also the fun aspect of college. Like I mentioned, the flag football intramurals. CSI has a well-rounded experience, and it's only going up from here. And what we've done with, let's say, student government, CAB, the clubs on campus, we've done a great job at trying to foster that community. There's a strong community on campus, and it's only going up from here. So if you want to be a part of that and be known and actually make tangible impact, this is the place to be. For an affordable price, a state school, look-alike, while we're still in New York City, you can go intern, in the off season like I did, fall semester internship. If you go to a state school in the middle of nowhere, you don't have that opportunity.
Right,
really.
You can only intern in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. So, take advantage of what's here. You live in New York City. This is the hub of opportunity. This is where all the jobs are, I feel like. So from that point, where is a better place to be, So I think CSI is a great place, and I'm super passionate about it.
Very well said. Adrian, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure watching you and your administration this senior year for you. You've done great stuff. You're a great representative of the school and what it can be for all students. So thank you for your time. And that's going to do it here for this episode of Dolphin Origin Stories. For your student government president, Adrian Rosales, I'm your host, Nick Durst, and thank you for watching.